Welcome to Empire's Manhwa Recap. Chapter 7, The First Strike. Under the cover of night, Ravenwood Academy transformed into a labyrinth of shadows and secrets. Kael and Sienna stood at the edge of the training grounds, their breaths visible in the crisp air. The moon cast a silvery glow over the academy, masking their movements as they prepared for their first act of rebellion against Garrick's corrupt reign. "We need to hit the supply depot," Kael whispered, his voice steady despite the tension coiling in his chest. "Without resources, Garrick's operations will crumble." Sienna nodded, her eyes scanning the perimeter for any signs of patrols. "It's risky, but it's our best shot. Are you ready?" Kael took a deep breath, feeling the darkness within him pulse with anticipation. "Let's do this." They moved swiftly through the shadows, avoiding the main pathways and slipping into the less guarded sections of the academy. The supply depot was located in an old, abandoned wing of the building, rumored to house materials for Garrick's illicit dealings. As they approached, the sound of their footsteps was muffled by the thick curtains and heavy doors that guarded the entrance. Kael and Sienna exchanged a brief glance before slipping inside. The room was dimly lit, filled with crates and barrels stacked haphazardly. Sienna moved with practiced ease, her hands deftly disabling the security measures they had studied earlier. Kael kept watch, his senses heightened by the darkness that now flowed through him. "Almost there," Sienna whispered, her fingers working quickly to open the locked cabinets. "Once we have the evidence, we can expose Garrick for what he truly is." Kael felt a surge of determination. Every step they took was a step closer to justice, a step away from the pain of betrayal that had driven him to darkness. As they gathered the incriminating documents and stolen goods, Kael couldn't help but feel the weight of his mission pressing down on him. The Shade's influence was subtle but persistent, whispering urges of vengeance that he fought to keep at bay. With the evidence secured, they began their escape, moving with the same stealth that had brought them this far. Just as they reached the exit, a shadow moved in the doorway. Garrick stood there, flanked by two guards, his expression cold and calculating. "Well, well," Garrick sneered, his eyes narrowing at Kael and Sienna. "Thought you could undermine me, did you?" Kael stepped forward, his voice calm but filled with authority. "It ends now, Garrick. Your corruption will no longer go unchecked." Garrick laughed, a harsh sound that echoed through the room. "You're nothing, Kael. A boy left to die, now playing the hero." Before the confrontation could escalate, a sudden commotion erupted from the academy grounds. Alarms blared, and chaos ensued as students and guards scrambled to respond to the unexpected breach. Taking advantage of the distraction, Kael and Sienna managed to slip past Garrick's guards and flee into the night, their hearts pounding with adrenaline and fear. As they ran through the forest, the weight of their actions settled heavily on them. Kael glanced at Sienna, her face illuminated by the faint light filtering through the trees. There was something different in her eyes, a vulnerability he hadn't seen before. "Sienna," Kael began, his voice softer now, "I need to know more about you. What drives you to fight?" Sienna paused, her breath coming in short gasps as she struggled to maintain her composure. "My family, they were taken by Garrick. He used them as leverage, forcing me to do his bidding. I lost everything because of him." Kael felt a pang of empathy, the shared pain forging a deeper bond between them. "I understand your pain. I was abandoned by my comrades, left to die because of Garrick's ambition." Sienna reached out, placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "We're not alone in this, Kael. Together, we can bring him down and reclaim what's ours." Kael nodded, the darkness within him tempered by the connection he felt with Sienna. "You're right. We have to fight for justice, not just for ourselves, but for everyone Garrick has wronged." As they continued their escape, the first signs of dawn began to break, casting a hopeful light over the horizon. The night's events had solidified their alliance, turning former strangers into steadfast allies bound by a common goal. The path ahead was fraught with danger and uncertainty, but Kael felt a renewed sense of purpose. With Sienna by his side, and the darkness within him tempered by his quest for revenge, he was ready to take the first strike against Garrick's reign of corruption. Their journey was just beginning, and the shadows that once represented his despair now symbolized his strength and determination. Together, they would uncover the secrets beneath Ravenwood Academy and bring justice to those who had wronged them, no matter the cost. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Empire's Manhwa Recap, to receive notifications about exciting, upcoming episodes. See you in the next video.